Y'all, hopefully y'all can hear me. Um, I know y'all really can if the headphones probably still connected, so hopefully it's pretty good. But yeah, we can do 5 stacks of what is it that you guys are missing or not seeing. So we're gonna get into it. Um, stack one. Let me see. All right, stack one. What is it that stack one is missing? Also, angels, ancestors, and spirit guides to the highest one light, ask you please come down and protect me. Archangel Gabriel, I ask that you allow me to have clear communication to be able to get these messages out precisely so that everyone can get the messages that they need out of these 5 stacks. All right, what is it that stack one is missing? What is the energy surrounding the things that stack one is missing? So you got happy in reverse. So that I would represent that as like fake happy, but since it's in reverse, the energy I'm getting with that is um, like just a normal happy. Like I'm not really getting this like a over the top anything, but it's just a normal happy. Work root in reverse. All right, yeah. So around this time, yeah, y'all lucky I'm not filming this video at all. But we gonna keep pushing through to see. I think I'm just not gonna use these. I don't want to use these cards. I thought of it, and I had this crazy because I had this conversation before. So stack one, we're not gonna do this. So stack one. So one thing starting off that I think of what you guys have been missing is not kind of following your first instinct with something. Because I feel like you kind of try to go about like you try to go about something because like you don't follow your first instinct right, and then you kind of get into it. And you're kind of like, yeah, this isn't what I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. So I feel like that's kind of the energy. All right, what I call it. All right, so stack one. What are they missing or not seeing? So I feel like stack one at this time, you guys are missing out on um, just your choice of what you need to be doing. Because I feel like there could have been a time period where you guys have definitely been um, kind of following everybody else's voice or everybody else's words, and I feel like now you're kind of being challenged to listen to yourself. It's kind of like how I said with the card, like the cards before. Like I did have a conversation with myself before, and I was like, nah, I probably ain't gonna use them. I probably just, I just leave them alone, So then it's kind of like crazy how I cycled back and tried to use them, but then wasn't even feeling like I wanted to even use them. There also may be there also may be a lack of control at this moment, or like you are not really taking control of a situation because it's kind of like you have everything you need to do something right, but you don't really act on it. And I think that's what kind of goes back as well with that personal choice, right? It's a personal choice. Like something could be in front of you, but it's your personal choice if you like how you act on it or handle it, right? But if you don't act on it or handle it, that's still a choice because you're not responding or you're not answering to possibly like a call or like a calling. You're not answering to it. Because especially around this time, you may be struggling with being like in tune with your intuition a bit. And and it possibly could be because you're not grounding yourself in your abilities, or you're not grounding yourself in general. Because the stability in the root chakra card did come out and it was in reverse. So like not being grounded, because that's the thing. Like when you're not grounded, how can you be grounded within your abilities, or how can you be grounded within intuition, right? Because when you're not grounded, all the energy flows up to your crown or flows up to your head. So that's where it's a lot of times you see yourself be more in your head or having more of that indecision, or it's just something about it's a certain particular way that you'll feel, or that you'll like. It's just the way you would feel, or the way you think about things or process things. You wouldn't. It's not grounded down. It's in a heavy head sense. Another thing that you guys are possibly struggling with this time is distractions. So you guys could be like, it could be like a lot of distractions that are kind of in the way. And I think the thing is they're disguised. They're not disguised. Like they're disguised, so you don't really see it as distractions. You just kind of see it as like I don't really can't explain it. Like you don't see it. It's not something that you see that you look at. So like the distractions is one of those biggest things, and it could be distractions that are, like I said, it's something about the distractions that are being disguised as like not distractions. So it could be just looking as like, oh, you just take your time to do this, but that low key is a distraction. Yeah, because that's the thing. You guys are being tested at this time to um yeah, you guys are being tested right now with how much faith that you have as well, with like trusting in yourself. Because the thing is, it's like your intuition is trying to guide you. It knows where to take you, or at least it has the highest sense of the right direction, right? But I feel like you've been kind of going through the motions of like, this reality. You've been kind of getting kind of caught up in all of the low vibrational things that, um, yeah, you could have been. It could have even been surrounding a community, or like surrounding a group. But yeah, you've been kind of letting yourself fall away from like trusting yourself, and now you've kind of gotten to this point of like trusting reality. All right, so let's get some lesson cards. So, what lessons for stat one? What lessons? Grief and regret. Wait, it's another one that flipped over too. I didn't see that one. Courage. Yeah, because I think the lessons that you guys need to see around what you were not seeing was that there were certain things that you were trying to hold on to, or like there were certain like ways of doing something that you were trying to attach yourself to, and it could have been this old way of like being around certain people, or like giving into certain energies, or just not really, like maybe in the past you could have got like advice from people, and like they could have, I don't know. It's definitely something with like you having to get back in tune with trusting yourself, because even having that interaction like the I don't know, it kind of gives me the energy that you truly don't know why you were given or trusting like the outside more than trusting yourself. So I feel like you're at this point of discovering, and it could have been surrounding relationships, friendships, relationships, business partnerships. It could go for everything, but I feel like now you're taking more control. Now you're getting back into um, the flow of confidence. So back into that solar plexus energy to make like more conscious decisions with your mind, because the solar plexus and the mind is connected. That's your mental body. Yeah. So you're at a point now where you're needing to decide on what it is truly. And there goes that personal choice again. Yeah. So you gotta. So it's about you making this personal choice because it says decide on what you really want. You have the ingenuity to claim it. So you need to decide on how you're gonna move, or you need to decide on how you're gonna re get back connected, or re get back in tune with trusting your intuition, or doing things that help you get more aligned with your intuition. All right, so that's just stack one. Thank y'all for tuning in. We will catch y'all next video. We can move on to stack two. All right, so stack two. All right, so what is it that stack two is missing or not seeing at this current time? All right, what is it that stack two is missing or not seeing at this time? Okay, so stack two, you guys could. So stack two, you guys could be struggling with listening at this time. So there could be like wisdom coming in, or someone could be like giving you the right advice, or like this could be from even your guides, or you know, your spirit team. They've been trying, yeah, messenger. Yeah, they've definitely been trying to give you signs, or they've been trying to give you what you're asking for. But I feel like you haven't been believing in yourself enough that you can actually hear them, or you haven't been believing in yourself enough that you can actually feel what they're trying to say. Because I feel like they've been trying to connect with you through like either butterflies, or it could be things in nature. And I feel like, yeah, like you've definitely been getting down on yourself. Because I'm focusing on this giraffe. I'm trying not to shut the other one, but I'm focusing on this one down here. So I feel like you could have been like in this like low energy, like not believing, not seeing straight. Because the video went that way. So you could possibly not have been like trusting or like seeing something a certain way, or it just ain't been happening for you. Because the thing is that your team is always there to help you, right? But that's the thing. So you could have went through this period as well of like um, not seeing how protected you was, and it could have been, and that could have came from being in this low energy. Of, like I said, I'm focusing on this giraffe, not this one, but this one, right? So you could have just been in that energy of just like being sad, or not really, not just really being there to like. Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, you were supposed to get to a point where you saw that you could move through this low point of not believing, but because you were not aware of what that really felt like. So this could be like your first time going through this experience of like um, trying to connect with like the spirit, like your guides, your angels, and you could be having a hard time. And it could be because like you really feel like you need them at this time, but so it may have something to do either with you not connecting or the energy that you're in. Because you know how like sometimes you can't really connect with certain beings if you're not in a certain frequency, or if you're not at a certain level. So if you're like a low frequency, it's gonna be harder for you to connect. And so that's why it's like that's a big thing, and that's why you're gonna have to persevere and move through a lot of these low points, because that's the thing. That's why the messages are coming, right? But if you're not at that height, if you're not at that height to see the messages, then you'll always kind of be set, like, so it does require you to do a little internal work to get there, like a little raising your frequency, raising your vibration. All right. What lessons is stack 2 uh, needing to see at this time? What lessons? Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. So that kind of reminds me of what I said, like raising your frequency, getting to actually getting to a higher state, to a higher point, because they say that love is like the most, like the highest vibration, right? Fear, freedom, failure, denial, loneliness, and I'm not taking this one because it's not flipped over. Yeah. So fear, freedom, denial. Wait, fear. Three F's: fear, freedom, failure, and then denial and loneliness. There goes that. There goes that love again. I realize I am testing myself to live in the energy of love. So you guys could definitely be kind of focusing on raising your frequency and getting to this higher vibration, because I feel like you could have been at a frequency before that, and because what I'm getting is you had to balance this out because you were at these lower, because these are a lot of lower, like lower emotions, like failure, denial, fear. These are all like lower emotions. So you had to get to a point where you got to free yourself and balance out your. So it could be balancing out your chakras, like balancing out. And that's what I said. Didn't I say something about that earlier too? Like, you got to be aligned to connect, to actually, you can't be in these low energies and think that you're going to be, connecting. I mean, some people, yeah, but it depends on who you're trying to connect to. So if you're trying to really connect to something very high vibrational, or if you're trying to really get in sync and in tune with the guidance, you got to really tap in and you really got to change your frequency. All right, let me get one more. Let me get one, please. Grief and grief, acceptance, and worry. Yeah, because okay, yeah. So you're getting to a point right now where you're learning to accept and not really worry about this outcome. Because see, that's the thing. You're at this point now where you're understanding that this old version of yourself has to go. That old version, if this is truly what you want, if you truly, so that's what I said. I did not say earlier this feel like this could be somebody that's new. So like, if this is something that you truly want, you got to go through that part of letting go and accepting that some of these old ways are gonna have to go, because if you keep it up, then how do you expect it to connect? If you keep up these old patterns, how do you expect to get to that point that you want to get to? You're just gonna be stuck. So that's all I got for you, Stack Two. Um, just start working with your chakras, and I mean, you'll see in no time. But you got to put the work in, though. It requires you to put the work in, and you can't be say hiding. Yeah, you can't be hiding. You can't hide. Don't hide like parts of yourself, or don't try to like, because you could. So you could have been a particular person that possibly like hide a lot of things that you're going through, or hide a yeah, discipline, hide a lot of the things that you were going through. So there could have been things that you were doing or involving yourself in that was low vibrational, and it wasn't aiding you. It was kind of taking you, like I said, out of alignment, out of your energy. So you kind of need to just start clearing a lot of those things so that you can kind of come into alignment. And that's what that discipline is, right? You got to discipline yourself to stop doing something. You got to discipline yourself to get to a point where you're doing the right thing consistently, not just, oh, let me just do it today for today. Nah. So stack three. All right, right, so let's see stack 3. What y'all got coming? Stack 3. I smell coffee. I smell coffee. So stack 3. What is it that you guys are missing at this time? So stack 3, I feel like at this time you guys are missing out on. Um, there's something that you guys haven't mastered, or there's something that you guys need to master. Because I feel like you have the ability to do it, but yeah, because you guys aren't stepping into your path. Like you're not. You're supposed to be mastering your path at this time, but you're not mastering it. You're yeah. You're not diving deeper. You're not diving deep enough. Because it says mastery. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. Yeah, hawk. Yeah, because see that's the thing. Right now you're needing to open up more. You need to start diving a little deeper. So maybe you could have been like a person who only did like the bare minimum of like spiritual practices, right? But now it's like your path is going your path requires so much more out of you. So you're at a point now where you're having to see like you got to do more than just doing the self care and the affirmations. Now it's time to really start doing the brunt work of like doing more meditations, having more sessions where you are really connecting with your higher chakras than the lower ones. Because I think because there could have been a point where you thought that this was hard, or like there was a point that became hard, or there was a point within this path or the journey that you kind of capped out at. Yeah, so it could have been, yeah, because that's another thing too. I was getting you weren't in an environment that allowed you to dive deeper. So you could have been possibly in an environment that only allowed you to be a certain way, or an environment that only allowed you to speak at a certain volume. Or I don't know. I'm just kind of getting it because that's how I feel like. I feel like I'm kind of low, but I know I'm talking pretty good. But that's how it is sometimes. I feel like so it could have been around the throat chakra too, like speaking up about um what it is that you were trying to work towards, or just trying to, yeah, because you felt like you didn't have the right energy, or like, yeah, because see that's the thing. You had It was a point that you were supposed to overcome. um you had to overcome this feeling of just not being where you were supposed to be. It was supposed to be you getting to a point to move through that, but a lot of those times you were, it was like I said, it's something about, can I get more on the challenges? Yeah, because you just need to take action. Okay, so it's kind of giving energy like when you just wallow in like the self pity because you haven't reached a certain level, or you haven't did it. It's like, dang, like, I still haven't got there yet. Well, like, but you gotta remember what I said earlier, right? You were only doing the bare minimum. So if you're only doing the bare minimum of your spiritual work, or the bare minimum of what it really takes out of you to get to that next level, how can you be mad, or how can you be sad because you were the one that was supposed to take the action? Oh wait, it's another card behind that. You were supposed to take the action and listen to the wisdom in your soul. So you were supposed to be taking that action based off of what you was getting from your intuition, but you were missing it because you were only doing bare minimum work. You wasn't doing the actual. So you could have possibly just doing like I said, affirmations and just doing like little self care things, but there's deeper things that are required in spirituality. Not, I ain't gonna say required, but there are deeper things that you dive into when you go into doing a lot of spiritual work. It's not just self care affirmations. That's just the lighter side of what they show, but it goes down a rabbit hole of things that um, can be and are to be experienced. All right, so let's get some lessons What surrounding lessons around the situation for stack 3? Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Cause, and what did I say earlier? The self resilience. Cause that's the thing. You had to go through. So it had to be this way. You know, you had to come here and see the fact that you were only doing so much. And I feel like now you leave with a perspective and a perception of where you are or where you were or what you were only, why I wasn't fully reaching that point. Purpose and perseverance. Now, come on, it's telling you got to work through it. I know I can do whatever I set my mind to, and I know what I'm here to do. Yeah, because it could have been like not really knowing, but like I said, it's kind of like when you only do so, like you were only doing so much, but you feel like there was more, like there was more that needs to be done, and I feel like you could feel that, but you just didn't know what it was. But you got to forgive yourself for only capping out, because that's gonna be the biggest thing that stops you. You gotta forgive yourself for not going harder in the paint, as they would say. Like I said, taking the action. Because I think I did say that. I was like, you were in like a self pity energy. All right, we moving on to stack 4. All right, so let's go to stack 4. What is it that stack 4 is missing or not seeing at this current time? I just heard you're not. I just heard you're not seeing why it's happening. So stack 4, you guys could be like not understanding why something is happening. So like you're focused on the why. All right. So what is it that stack 4 is missing or not seeing? Owl magic. So you guys could be struggling with not understanding why something's happening. So like it's giving me third eye. Yeah, because there's supposed to be like a specific it's something that's manifesting, but it's something that I'm getting like you subconsciously manifested this. But it's something good though. It's something good, but at the same time it's kind of like so you could possibly be a person that um like you're real uh I'm getting third eye, but I'm getting like you can see. So you could be like so you could have possibly learned how to manifest subconsciously. So you got to a point now where you could have learned something from a community, or there could have been a community that was helping you get to this point, or they could have been giving you advice on like how to manifest, like through like visualizations or kind of just seeing this reality. Because especially with the infinite possibilities, it does talk about um, going beyond the ordinary and become the legendary, right? So that could be like you seeing yourself at a better version, or you seeing something better. I really feel like you subconsciously manifested visionary. Yeah, visionary. Yeah, because you visualize this new beginning or this new. Like you literally subconsciously, confirmation with the honk outside. You literally manifested this. You subconsciously manifested this. Yeah, see, because that's the thing. Like you were getting guided the whole time, but so you could have possibly been following signs, or you could have been around people who were like guides to you. Because it made me think back, like what I said about the community, right? You were getting advice, or you were connecting with people that were helping you. So those people could have been like your guides, or they could have been like, because you can have physical guides as well. People can be guides as well. So especially with the guardian popping out too. So you could have been around the right people that were inspiring you to, yeah, tap into more of like what it is that you really wanted, higher calling as well, independent and patience. Yeah, because you went down this path of like trusting yourself, but like it's kind of like when you just do something on like autopilot, but you whatever you were doing was what got you your manifestations. It got you to a point where you could, like I said, you manifested something subconsciously, and it's like now that you're, because like what did I say in the beginning when I first started, right? I said you was like you don't know, you don't see why something is happening, and it could be subconscious because a lot of subconscious thing is not in your forefront, so you don't consciously see it, right? But when it's subconsciously, it's just relationships, abundance. I am attracted to people who serve my highest good. Yeah, because you could have been, cause so you could have been connecting with people that had I'm kind of getting like it could be energy wise, like y'all were matching at a certain frequency, or it was something that they were abundant in that they helped. Yeah, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Yeah, forgiveness. Cause okay, so there could have been something in the past that you did, and these people helped you kind of see that you can move through like the old. You can move through these past versions. So possibly you could have did like a subconsciously timeline jump, and you don't even know it. And that's kind of why things are working out. That's kind of why things are kind of working in your favor. Yeah, because there was a period where you were in denial about what could work or what could actually manifest, right? But you did, yeah, friendships. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Yeah, so you could have had certain people that were really helping you like get better, or you had like a particular friend that was, and then here, friend again is on the top of the card, so that's crazy. So you could have had a friend that was like really helping you on your spiritual journey, and they could have been like, so what you don't see is that the people that you kept around, they were subconsciously putting information into you to help you get better, or you were subconsciously taking on this information that they were telling you and actually using it, but subconsciously though, like you. So that's balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony in my world, and I do so without judgment. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. Yeah. So what did I say? You were following. So you subconsciously was following what these people were telling you, and it's kind of like because that's the thing. Everything we hear goes to our subconscious. So if you're hearing people talk about ways to manifest or like getting in the right frequency and visionary, imagining, like it's all these little things that add together that I think you were doing subconsciously that you really didn't even think about it. So you start getting to a point where you're on autopilot. Yeah, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Yeah, because like I said, it could have been a part of you that you stopped giving into a certain energy, or you stopped giving into a certain mindset, and but like I said, it all happened subconsciously though. So this was something that you couldn't even see. But what did I say at the beginning? You was like, I don't understand like why this is happening, or you was like you couldn't see. So now you're seeing, or at least now looking at this reading, you're seeing now, right? It's because the things that you were surrounding yourself with, the community that you had, was putting good information to your brain. It was giving you what you needed to get better. And I think you were in that. So now you're gonna be in this energy to be able to appreciate it, or understand it more. you know, because at first you don't understand, like, well, dang, why is everything working out? Why is everything like, well, that's what I said I wanted. That's, well, I got that. Like, it's something crazy, but it's around the people that you were keeping around you that helped you get to that point. Yeah, envy. I'm the same as everybody with different challenges. Yeah, and I think because you were open to hear people's like how they got better, or you were opening to hear people's like how they got out of their negative situations, and it's I'm telling you, it's subconscious. So it's through listening to other people's story. It's kind of giving me like the energy of like when you listen to those motivational videos on the internet, it kind of really help you get motivated to like do better. But I'm kind of getting that it was more from a spiritual sense, like you were listening to people that actually knew what they were talking about, or they had already been through the experiences. So you kind of subconsciously hearing all that, how they got better, what they did to get better. It it influenced you to start doing it, but it was subconscious. So it's like you putting all that good knowledge or good wisdom from other people inside of you is what allows you to manifest this without even seeing it. So that's all I got, Stack 4. So Stack 4, y'all definitely on the road. So all I gotta say is just be grateful and be thankful for those people that you do listen to that actually help you on your journey, or the people that you actually are not um, envious of. You know, because there's some people that can be envious of, like people trying to that like knowledge people know. They could be like, oh dang, so why do you know all this? But you weren't like that. You were open to seeing the knowledge that people had, you know, and that's what helped you get to this point to subconsciously manifest your dot. So it could have been like a desired reality, or because that's what I'm kind of getting. So it could have been a desired reality. Because when you think about subliminals, right? I always be seeing the subliminal things, and I always talk about like a desired reality, like subliminals to get you to your desired reality. So it could have been like, but it could have happened. It couldn't have been through subliminal videos on the internet, or it could have been through just like I said, hearing people, like listening to certain. Um, it's a lot of videos on YouTube, so it could be videos on YouTube that you were listening to that helped you get to this point. But like I said, I got community, so it could have been a community of people you're around, or it could have been a community of videos that you watched. Yeah, action. Yeah, because you prosperity. Yeah, you took action and brought you took action, and so now this prosperity is happening. Like your manifestations are happening, literally. All right, so that's all I got for y'all. Stack 4. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please leave a like and a comment. All right, Stack 5, last stack. All right, let's see. Stack 5. What is it that you guys are missing or not seeing at this current time? So Stack 5, what y'all don't see is that you guys are literally a light to other people. Like you literally help people see themselves in a higher light, or like you help people. You help people. You lead people. So Stack 5, you lead people through messages. You don't. So there could be like you could make videos, or you could do like messages, TikToks, or like um it don't even got to be that on social media. It could just be like a natural. You randomly meet somebody, you talk to them, and like it's something about your energy. You just help people um, be better, and it's through your talk. It's through the messages that you give people talking to them. Polar Bear Mystic. Yeah, embrace your psychic ability. So you could be someone that's like I want to say it right. I don't want to get it wrong. You could be like clairvoyant, maybe. I know it's another one, but I can't think of it right now. And so you could always kind of know what to say to people, or you could always know like how to um, give people like the messages they need to hear. So it could be like when you randomly walk up to someone and you tell them something that they need to hear, or it's something that they're going through, and it's like you have the advice, or it's something that they need an actual question on, and you have that to give them. And it's through this time that you've been taking to follow your purpose. You've been walking down this path towards your purpose, but it was but that's the thing. I feel like you probably were like, because what I got was that you weren't seeing how all the things that you were doing was really aiding and helping people. So you possibly could have thought that like a lot of what you were doing was a waste, or you're like wasting your time. But I don't really think it was you wasting your time. I think it was you really putting in the work. But it doesn't. And so for you, it didn't really look like work, or it didn't look like yeah. Because with the hill, with the independent in reverse, you didn't really see it. You didn't really see what you was doing as like. So it's kind of giving me the energy of like you felt like you needed to be around other people, or you needed other people to like validate possibly like what you were doing. But that's the thing is like you really don't need nobody to validate what you're doing, because when you know what you're doing for yourself, you know, yeah. So it possibly could have been a community that you were validate that you were like relying on this validation from, and you possibly hadn't been getting it, or people hadn't really been telling you like, wow, like you're really helping me, you know. Yeah, abundance. Because that's the thing, like you have all this knowledge, you have all this wisdom. You could have even been like, you could have had like, because what this makes you think about is like, 'cause these are like the older buffaloes, and like you're a young one, but I'm kind of getting like, even though you're young, you have like you know how to roll with like, I should say the big dogs, but you know how to roll with the people that are ahead of their time. So it's like you have this energy with you of like, I'm telling you, I don't know if it's clairvoyance or like clear. It may be voyance, but it's some no sentient, clear sentient. I think I don't know. It's one of them, but it's just because with the cloak me and your wisdom, that makes me really think about like you can have like an old soul, or you could just pre-know. Yeah, higher calling and fire. My passion is my power. So you've been passionate with helping people, or you've been passionate with um just giving advice to people is the thing that lights you. It's part of your path, higher calling. You've been able to help people and give them information, or give them uh, the knowledge that they need to know at the time that they need to know it. Perseverance, yeah, because you had to get to a point where you trusted what you could do. Yeah, you had to get to a point where you trusted what you could do. Because maybe in the past, like you couldn't help certain people, or you were in a position where you felt like, dang, I wish that I could have did better with helping this person. But you gotta understand, yeah, you gotta understand that you're not gonna be able to help everybody. Not everyone's gonna listen to what you have to say. Not everybody's gonna trust it, because people have to learn certain things on their own. Like, yeah, you could be in their face telling them, yeah, denial, because people will be in denial about what they're really going through until they are have to be face to face with what they're going through. And sometimes you being there is not going to always allow them to see that. Sometimes it takes you being away. It takes you being um yeah, because that's the thing, like even if you do feel like, because even if you do feel like that something didn't work out in your favor, you gotta think everything always works out in your favor. So you probably just can't see it because you wanted it to go a particular way, right? But if it needed to happen, if it needed to happen in a particular way so that you can move forward, it had to happen that way, right? It's kind of how like when we don't know why something happens, and then it's like down the line we kind of see like, but dang, if that would have never happened, I wouldn't be at this point. So in the moment we don't know, but sometimes so it could be like a divine intervention, like it's happening for a reason, but you don't see it now. It's usually always down the line, 4444 on the clock. You're protected. It's always something that happens, so you have to trust that like all those failed situations, because so that could have been a thing. You didn't really see yourself doing like this work that you were doing. You didn't really see it because of the failed like people that you didn't get to help, or like there possibly could have been people that you wanted to help, but you couldn't. You know, it wasn't meant for you. Like, and I'm not getting that it wasn't meant for you, but like I said, you can't fix or heal everybody. You know, you can't. So you could possibly be like a healer, but you can't, make everybody act right. You can't, you can only try to inspire them. And it's when you leave and they are left in, like I said, seeing things on their own self and their own path and their own way that they learn over time, you know? So that's all I got for y'all, Stack 5. I thank y'all for tuning in and checking out this video. I like this reading. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't really feeling it at first, but we kind of got going though. Um, which is how it is sometimes with some of the energies, because the energies starting out were they were a little more, they were a little more lower. So I feel like I ain't gonna judge no stacks, so I ain't even gonna say that. But all I was gonna say was I feel like the first couple stacks were more of just like the low vibing energy, and the last two stacks were more in the high vibing energy. And that's just me being honest. That's just me being truthful. So I will say that. I will. But no, I definitely think everybody that tunes in and watches this video, um, I hope that this does resonate. I know it probably won't resonate with everybody, and that's okay because a lot of people are open, they are awake, and they are where they need to be. So, but if you feel like there are things that you are not seeing, then yeah, you watching this video probably was for you. But like I said, if it didn't resonate, just leave it because it may resonate with other people that are going through things that they don't see, you know. And like I said, if you're at a point where you do see, then why do you need the video for what you don't see? You know what I'm saying? Because you're supposed to be tapped in, right? Right. Unless you really are just curious about what it is that you don't see or what it is that you're having trouble seeing right now within your life, you know. So the same way I had to trust myself with the cards in the first one, even though I had told myself I wouldn't use them, but then going into it, I still tried to. You know, you got to just learn how to trust yourself and learn how to, come into better alignment of where you're truly at, and not just try to have to always need. Just like and try not to always have to need this confirmation about what's going on or how it's going right. Sometimes you got to learn how to start trusting how you feel inside of how things are going, and even calling on your guides from time to time, and not being afraid to ask the universe like for a sign of if things are going right or if things are actually aligning for you. You got to trust that. You got to trust throwing that out there, right, and receiving back that confirmation of yes, whether it be through watching videos like this or seeing an animal and then you look it up and then the animal is kind of talking whatever animal you saw or whatever you saw talks about whatever you were sending out to the universe. So you gotta trust it. That's gonna be your first that first building bridge, uh the first bridging to connecting with the universe and like trusting that it got your back. That it's gonna tell you or give you the confirmations. And sometimes even the confirmations come through numbers. And I know people possibly don't believe that, but it's like sometimes them numbers be messages too. You gotta just look it up and read it. Intuitive, yeah, intuition. You definitely gotta just trust your intuition when you see what you see, you feel what you feel. Cause some stuff ain't a coincidence. Sometimes it is that you were supposed to see it, or it was that it was supposed to happen at that point, right? But it's about you getting to a point to trust, learning how to trust that though. So thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tuning in to watch the video. I'll try to do the timestamps as soon as I can. Um, but I thank y'all for tuning in. I close out all the energies from all the stacks. Uh, yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next video.